So, hello, dear students. In this class, we are going to solve AIT 4 chemistry paper, right? So, in this class, basically, we are going to do all the solution of your questions, right? So, इसमें हम लोग जितने भी क्वेश्चंस हैं जिसमें आप लोगों को प्रॉब्लम फेस हुई उसको हम लोग सॉल्व करने वाले हैं, ठीक है? तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द सेशन. Yeah, the first question is this one. This is the first question in your 12th IIT paper, right? That is the average molar mass of the chlorine is 35.5 gram per mole, right? The ratio of chlorine 35 to chlorine 37 in natural occurring chlorine is closest to, right? So you have to calculate the ratio of this. So let's solve the question. This is a very simple question, right? So how you solve this question? First of all, let me write the solution. Okay, good. So we all know that in this question itself, the average molar mass of chlorine is given, right? So average molar mass. So the average molar mass of chlorine is given, and this is equal to 35.5 gram, right? So this is equal to 35.5 gram. This is the average molecular mass of the chlorine. Now let the ratio, you have to calculate the ratio, right? So let the ratio of chlorine 35, right? And chlorine 37, right? Let us assume it will be, let us assume if it will be x ratio 1, right? So we'll assume that this will be x ratio 1. So if the ratio of, we'll assume that the ratio of the chlorine 35 to chlorine 37 will be x ratio 1. Now we all know that applying the formula, that is the average molar mass. What is the formula for calculating average molar mass? You all know the formula for calculating the average molecular mass, that is N1 multiply by their molecular masses, M1, similar N2, M2, and divided by n1 plus n2, right? Divided by n1 plus n2. So average molecular mass is already given in this question, that is 35.5. Okay, and this you need to calculate, that is x into molecular mass of 1, that is 35, plus 1, that is molecular mass is 37, divided by x plus 1. Okay, so on solving you can easily get the value of x, right? Because all variables there is only one variable, that is x. All other quantities are known. So on calculating you'll get x is equal to 3. So on calculating you get x is equal to 3. So the ratio become x ratio 1 na. So ratio become 3 ratio 1. So which of the following is the correct option? Yeah, that is option B. So option B is absolutely correct for this question. So I hope सबको समझ आ गया. So move to the next question, right? So the next question is, if lambda naught and lambda be the threshold wavelength and wavelength of the incident light, what is the velocity of the photoelectric ejected from the metal surface? So this question is from the Einstein photoelectric equation, right? So this is from the structure of atom chapter. So let me solve this question. Yeah. So lambda naught and lambda with the threshold wavelength and the wavelength of the incident line, right? So here we have a lambda naught which is equal to the threshold wavelength, right? That is equal to, according to the question itself, that is threshold wavelength, threshold wavelength. And lambda is the wavelength of incident light, that is wavelength, wavelength of incident light, incident light. Clear hai? So lambda naught is the threshold wavelength and lambda is the wavelength of the incident light. We know from the Einstein photoelectric equation. What we know? We know from the photoelectric equation, Einstein photoelectric equation, that is energy, which is also equal to Sc upon lambda, is equal to Sc upon lambda naught, right? Threshold frequency plus kinetic energy, that is half mv square, right? We all know na Einstein energy, that is E is equal to the work function plus kinetic energy. So this is the formula, right? So on calculating the value velocity v, So on calculating V comes out to be under root 2hc upon m, and this is 1 upon lambda minus 1 upon lambda naught, right? So for on further solving, you get to the value that is 2hc upon m, and this is equal to lambda naught minus lambda into lambda naught. So this is the final equation we have. So which option is correct according to this? 2hc upon m, 2hc upon m, and lambda naught minus lambda upon lambda minus lambda naught. Yeah, that is option C. So option C is absolutely correct, right? So I hope this is clear to all of you that how option C is correct. Chalo. So this is all about the uh, this question. That is question number 2. So सबको समझ आ गया होगा, I guess. Let's move to the next question. That is question number 3. That is the kinetic energy of an electron in the second Bohr orbit of a hydrogen atom, where A naught is the Bohr radius, right? So this is again question from the structure of atom, and this question is from the derivative part. When you derive the expression for the energy and the radius, then you get to know this value, right? So the kinetic energy of an electron in the second Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom is you have to calculate, where A naught is the Bohr radius, right? So how will you calculate? So we know the expression for this. This is the expression based question totally. We know that that is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to h square divided by 32 pi square a naught square, which is radius, है ना, into m. So this is the expression for the kinetic energy for the radius. So which option is correct, beta? That is h upon 32 pi square m into a naught square. That is option number C is absolutely correct for this question. Okay. So I hope everyone understood this question. Now, the next question is, this is also a very, very, very important question. That is the figure that is not direct manifestation of the quantum nature of atom is. So इसमें से कौन सा है जो quantum number of atom को नहीं बता रहा है, ठीक है? यानी out of these option, we have option A, option B, option C. So the figure that is not direct manifestation of the quantum nature of light. So option D, as we see in option D, right? So if you considering option A, B, and C, so what you observe in option A, B, and C? So in option A, B, and C, they all are for the photoelectric effect, right? These all three graph for the photoelectric effect. That is the atomic spectrum and the black body radiation may all be explained by the quantum theory, right? So we all know this thing, whether we are talking about the atomic spectrum in case of absorption spectrum, or we talk about the black body radiation in this equation A, or kinetic photoelectric effect. These all are explained on the basis of quantum theory. So only option D, this will not be explained on the basis of quantum theory. So which option is correct, beta? Option number D. So option number D is absolutely correct for this question, right? So I hope everyone understood this question. No issue in this. सभी को समझ आ गया होगा? चलो, fine, very good. Now, move to the next question, that is question number 5, right? So, according to this question, the quantum number of the four electron are given below. The correct order of their increasing energy will be. So, we know that for energy, we use N plus L rule, right? So we use N plus L rule. For example, in case of first one, N plus L is equal to 4 plus 2, that is 6, right? For the second option, 3 plus 2, that is 5. 4 plus 1 again 5, and 3 plus 1 again 4, right? So we know minimum energy is this, maximum energy is this. So the maximum energy is for 6, that is first one. So out of this fourth option, in which yeah, only this one, first one, and the minimum will be fourth, so this will be fourth. So in this yeah, both having maximum 1 and 4. What about this two, right? Because they having n plus l value same. So how will you predict which of the following having the more energy and less energy, right? So how will you predict this, right? So let me explain this. We all know this thing, very important. It is very important to understand that in this case, if I'm talking about number two, sorry, not number two, N3L, where M is only 1 and M is, right? So this will be equal to N is equal to 3 and L is equal to 2. It means this will be 0. If L is 0, then S. If L is 1, then P. 2 is D. So this is 3D, right? And in this case, this is 4P. So out of 3D and 4P, right? So in which of the following you have to fill the electron first? Obviously, in case of 4P, right? In case of 4P, you need to, sorry, in 4P, they having the maximum energy. So the correct order is like the 1 is the maximum, and then comes 3, then comes 2, right? And then comes the first one, right? So the correct option for this question is C, right? Everyone got it? Maximum energy. They are asking the correct order of increasing energy. So you know that one having the sixth, so one having the maximum value, and the fourth one, that is this one, 3 plus 1, that is having 4. Fourth one is the minimum energy, right? And out of 2 and 3, which of the following is the maximum energy, beta? 3, because 3 having 4p, 4 having more than 3d, right? So the correct option is C. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Chalo. Move to the next question. That is question number 6. That is the bond order, right? So in this, they are asking bond order, right? So the bond order and the magnetic character of Cn negative ions are. So basically, if you're considering Cn negative ions, so we know the trick, that is carbon having valence electron 6, nitrogen having valence electron 7 plus 1 negative charge. So 7 and 6, 6, 6, 12, 13, 14. So 14 having my bond order 3. So we already discussed this thing with you all guys. That is, this is the electron sum and this is bond order. So this is a very good trick to calculate the question related to bond order. For example, if the electron sum is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So for the electron sum 10, bond order is 1, then 1.5, then 2, then 2.5, then 3, then again 2.5, 2, 1.5, and 1. So this trick we are basically using for the calculation of the bond orders, right? So this trick we generally used for the calculation of the bond order. Now, from this electron sum is 14, then this comes out to be 3. Now they're asking about the magnetic character. So the magnetic character is basically here. Whenever the bond order come in a fraction, 90% they are paramagnetic, right? In some cases, some exceptions are also there. Here the bond order is 3, not in a fraction. So we can say the 3 and a diamagnetic. So which option is correct, beta? That is B. So by using this trick, you can easily predict the bond order and the magnetic character of the compound as well. Okay. So I hope no one having any problem related to this question. No? Sure. Now, move to the next question. That is zero point 0.5 mole of a gas A and X mole of gas B exert a pressure of 200 Pascal in a container of volume 10 meter cube at 100 Kelvin. Now given R is the gas constant. So you have to derive the relationship for this, right? Because zero point 0.5 mole of gas and X mole of gas B exert a pressure in a container of volume 10 meter at 100 Kelvin. What is given R? Given R is the gas constant in joule kelvin, then x is, so you need to calculate the value of x, right? Then how will you calculate the value of x? ठीक है, फटाफट देखते हैं कि किस तरीके से आप लोग x की वैल्यूज को फाइंड आउट करने वाले हो, इसमें किस तरीके से x की वैल्यू हमारी इसमें निकलने वाली है, ठीक है? चलो, okay, so given values, all values are already given, so you just need to calculate the value of, right? So we all know this. This is a very important thing. That is total number of mole here. So let us calculate. Yeah, here, we can calculate here also. Hmm. So 0.5 mole of gas A and X mole of gas B. So total number of mole here is. So the total number of mole is 0.5 plus X, right? So this is the total number of mole. Temperature is already given 1000 Kelvin. Temperature is 1000 Kelvin. And volume is given. Volume is also given. That is 10 meter cube. Okay. Pressure is also given. Hmm. So pressure is given. That is 200 Pascal. Now we know this thing, that is PV is equal to N into R into T. Right. So this thing we already know. That is PV is equal to N into R into T. Now just put the value. So we know the value of P is nothing but 200 and the volume V is 10. Now the total number of mole is zero point 0.5 plus X. We know value of R is R and T is 1000. Right. So just you need to calculate the value X. So this is a very, very simple one, right? So this comes out to be this get cancelled to 0 and 1 0. This will be cancel out each other. So on solving, you'll get 2 is equal to 0.5 plus X multiplied by R, right? So the value of R comes out to be that is 2 upon r is equal to 1 by 2 plus x. So on solving, x comes out to be 4 minus r upon 2r. So this is the value of x, that is 4 minus r upon 2r. So which option is correct? 4 minus r upon 2r. Yeah, that is option number D. So option D is absolutely correct for this question. So I hope सबको समझ आ गया होगा. बहुत simple question है ना? So this is a very, very, very simple question. So I hope everyone understood this question, right? Now move to the next question. Move to the next question. In this question, they're asking which of the following volume temperature plot represent the behavior of 1 mole of an ideal gas, right? So they're asking for 1 mole of an ideal gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. So which of the following volume and temperature plot represent the behavior of 1 mole of an ideal gas and a 1 atmospheric pressure? So let's solve this. So we know this, we know some important thing, right? Just wait. Right. So they are asking basically, which of the following volume temperature plot represents the behavior of 1 mole of an ideal gas at 1 atmospheric pressure, right? And the value, some values are already given. So this is a very interesting question, we can say, right? Let me solve this question. So there, we all know this, that is 1 mole of any gas occupy 22.4 liter, right? 22.4 liter of volume at STP. At STP, that is at 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin of temperature. Now, 1 mole of the same gas occupy 30.6 liter at STP, having how many temperature? They are asking basically, right? So in this question, they are asking 22.4 liter they are occupy at 273 Kelvin. Now, 30.6 liter, they are occupying at what temperature? So you need to calculate the value x, right? So on the cross multiply, you'll get x is equal to nothing but 30.6 into 273 divided by 22.4. So on solving, you'll get this. So which option is correct, beta? That is, therefore, the temperature comes out to be 372.9, almost 373 Kelvin. So which option is correct? Let me say 373 Kelvin. Yeah, that is option. Which option? 373 Kelvin. So in this 30.6 liter, right? So 30.6 liter and 373 Kelvin, right? So this is the absolutely correct one. That is option C. So option C is absolutely correct for this, right? So I hope you understood this question. It's also a very, very easy question. Now, move to the next question, that is question number 9. Which of the following statement relationship is not correct in the thermodynamic changes, right? So you need to calculate that which of the following statement or relationship is not correct in the thermodynamic changes. First one, delta U is 0 for the isothermal process. This is absolutely correct, right? Because delta U is the internal energy and we all know this. Internal energy is 0 in the isothermal process. The next is given as that is uh, W is equal to minus nRT ln V2 by V1 isothermal reversible expansion process. So this we know this W is equal to nRT ln V2 by V1, right? V2 by V1 for the isothermal reversible, and delta U is also 0. So which of the following statement is not correct, right? So they are asking which of the following is not correct for this. Now the D option is for the system of the constant volume, heat involved directly changes into internal energy. So they're asking at a constant volume. So always remember at constant pressure, heat is called enthalpy, and at constant volume, it is internal energy. This statement is also true. And NRTL and V2 by V1, this is also true. So which statement is not true, beta? This one, right? That is option B. So option B is not the correct for the given pair. Now, move to the next question. In this question they are asking basically that you need to calculate, right? What you need to calculate, beta, that is the value of Kc is given, right? The value of Kc is 64 at 800 Kelvin, right? Now heat involved directly changes to internal energy. The value of Kc is 64 at 800 Kelvin for this reaction. Now, what is the value of the Kc for the following reaction? So, in this, this is the reverse reaction. So, we know the value of Kc is reverse on reversing the value 1 upon Kc become here also one important note here, that is here 1 by N2 and 3 by S2 also comes into the picture, right? So, we know this thing, the Kc become Kc dash, we can say, become 1 upon 64 and under root, right? 1 by 2 because they are divided by 1 by 2 here, है ना? So 64 1 by 2. So the value comes out to be 1 by 8. So which option is correct, beta? Option number D. So option D is absolutely correct, right? So option D is absolutely correct for this. So I hope समझ आ गया सबको? चलो. Now, move to the next question. That is question number 13. Which of the following compound is likely to show both the Frankel and Schottky effect? So, we all know this AgBr. This question is from the solid state, right? That is AgBr having tendency to show both the Schottky and the Frankel effect, right? So, Schottky and Frankel effect both are shown by the AgBr. Chalo, move to the next question. That is equation that is incorrect. So you have to identify the which of the following equation is correct. So if you want to calculate the molar conductivity of NaBr, right? So this question is from the Colas law, right? And you need to calculate the incorrect statement out of the following. Okay. So let's calculate the incorrect option out of the following. Right. So move to the next question. Yeah, for the coagulation of in this question they're asking for the coagulation of arsenious sulfide salt, which one of the following solution will be most effective? So they're asking which of the solution is more effective, right? For the coagulation of arsenious sulfide salt, they are asking which of the following solution is more effective, right? So let's see which of the following solution is will more effective. Now, arsenic sulfide salt is a negative salt, right? So we know that for the negative salt, positive salt is very useful. Positive salt is very, very useful. So out of this, which of the following carries the most positive charge? Obvious aluminium. Aluminium having the plus 3 charge, right? Aluminium having the plus 3 charge. And due to this only, plus 3 charge only, they having most effective in the coagulation. So the correct answer is AlCl3, right? The correct answer is AlCl3. Now, move to the next question, that is question number 17, right? So what the question number 17 asks, for the reaction A, K1, B, K2, C, if the rate of formation of B is said to be 0, then what is the concentration of B is given by? So you have to calculate the concentration of B. You need to calculate if this value is set, right? So how will you calculate the concentration of this compound, right? So this question is from the chemical kinetics chapter, right? So in this question, the given is dB by dt, dB by dt, this is equal to 0. This is already given. So we can say that this one K1A minus K2B, which is equal to 0. Now, how will you calculate the concentration of B beta? So you can calculate the concentration of B is equal to K1, K2 into concentration of A. So which option is correct? That is option number D is correct. Now, move to the next question, that is question number 18. So what the question number 18 basically asks, so you have to calculate the increasing order of the boiling point, right? So increasing order of the boiling point of the following compound. So for this you need to calculate the boiling point, right? So for boiling point calculation you need to compare the dipole moment, right? So we know this, if you want to calculate the dipole moment for the following compound, which of the following having the maximum dipole moment, right? So those having the maximum dipole moment having the maximum boiling point as well. So out of these, that is the third one, that is NH2, okay? That is a NH2 group containing phenol. They having the maximum boiling point of 284. So they having the boiling point of 284 degrees Celsius. And after this, 279 for NO2. This is 279 degrees Celsius, and 243 for this anisole, 243, and this one is the least one, that is 202. So the correct option is, the maximum one is third, then comes after third, second we have, then fourth, and minimum we have one. So this is the correct option. So just select the option according to this. Okay. Now, in this question, they're asking the increasing order of the pKa value of the following compound. So we all know this. The pKa value is inversely proportional to the Ka value, right? And we know that if the electron withdrawing group increase, then the Ka value is also increases, right? So this is the electron withdrawing group. This will increase the Ka value. So if I'm talking about out of this Ka, we arrange according to Ka, then maximum Ka value having para nitrophenol, right? So this means B having the maximum one, then comes C, then comes A because A does not have any withdrawing or a donating group, and in D we have a donating group. So they are having the least Ka value. So just reverse the order for pK value, right? Because pK is the reciprocal of Ka. So the order is like D. The order is like D is the maximum, then comes A, then comes C, then come B. So just select the option according to this. Okay. Now, the question number 22. So in this question number 22, what they are asking basically, that is the oxidation states of iron atom in the compound ABC, right? So they are asking oxidation state of the atom in this compound, right? So they are asking oxidation state. Let us calculate the oxidation state. So in the first one, if you want to calculate the oxidation state for the first, we all know Na having the 4 plus Fe you need to calculate, Cn having the minus 1 into 5, that is minus 5, and NOS, right? So NOS having minus 1. So we can say that this will minus 1. So on calculating, you'll get X comes out to be 2. Similarly, oxidation state of Fe in Na4, Fe4 is, so how will you calculate in this, beta? That is Na4 FeO4, right? So in this again, Na having the value is 4, plus y you need to calculate, plus minus 2 into 4 times, right? Because FeO4 by oxygen having minus 2, so minus 2 into 4 is equal to 0. So y comes out to be 4. Similarly, in case of Fe2CO9, how will you calculate, beta? So this is 2Z plus 0 into 9 because they are having 0 charge. So Z value comes out to be 0. So XYZ comes out to be 2 plus 4 plus 0, that is 6. So correct answer is 6. So the sum of the oxidation state in this compound is 6. ठीक है? So I hope सबको समझ आ गया होगा ये वाला. चलो. The next question is, among the following the total number of compound whose aqueous solution turns red litmus paper blue. So red litmus paper turn blue means they are basic in nature or acidic in nature. Right. So we all know this thing. Whenever they turn red into blue, they are basics in nature. So in this KCN, K2CO3, and LiCl, right? K2, and these all are, right? These all are basic in nature. That's why they turn their litmus paper into blue. So the correct answer is 3 for this. Now, move to the next question. That is question number 24. So in question number 24, they are asking the heat combustion of ethanol into carbon dioxide and water is minus 327 calorie at a constant pressure. The heat evolve at a constant volume at 27 degree Celsius, right? So they are asking at the 27 degrees Celsius if all the gases behave ideally and R is equal to 2 calorie per, right? So let's calculate the value here. So we know the very simple formula, that is the delta H is equal to delta U plus delta Ng into RT. We know this formula, right? So first of all, you need to calculate the delta Ng for this reaction. So number of mole of gas on product side. So heat combustion of ethanol into carbon dioxide and water. So ethanol is converted. This is ethanol CH3, CH2OH. This will be converted into CO2 and water, right? So CO2 and water, the two mole of gases we have, and ethanol is converted. So at a constant pressure, the heat evolve in calorie at constant volume, right? So you need to calculate. So first of all, you need to write the reaction. So this ethanol in combustion means react with O2 to give 2 CO2 plus 3H2O. So what is delta Ng for reaction? Can anyone tell me? That is product side minus reactant side. So this is equal to 2 minus 3, which is comes out to be minus 1. And delta U is already given, I guess. Yeah, delta U you need to calculate. So delta U come this side. Hmm? And this is delta H minus delta NGRT. Now, delta H is given, that is 327 into 10 raised to the power 3, and this comes out to be minus minus become plus, so 1 into 2 into 300. So on solving you'll get the value like 326,400 calorie. So in calorie the value comes out to be this. ठीक है, तो सबको समझ आ गया ये वाला? Good. Now move to the next question, that is question number 25. That is at 400 Kelvin, the root mean square speed of gas X molecular weight 40 is equal to the most probable speed of gas Y at 60 Kelvin. So you need to calculate the molecular weight of gas Y, right? So we all, according to the question, it is given V RMS is equal to VMP, most probable speed, right? Now, take the root, that is 3RT upon mx. This is the formula for the RMS, and similar, we have a formula for the most probable speed, that is 2RT upon my. Right. So just put the value because all values are already given. So my comes out to be 2 into 60 and divided by 3 into 400 multiplied by the mx. So on solving, 2 into 60, mx value is also given, that is molecular weight, that is 40. So on solving, this comes out to be 2 into 60 into 40 divided by 3 into 400. So on solving, you get the value 4. So 4 is the correct answer. Right? So I hope you understood. समझ आ गया होगा सबको कि क्या आंसर आया है. So आंसर क्या आया है? 4. Chalo, move to the next question, that is not considering the electron spin. The degeneracy of the second excited state, that is n is equal to 3 of hydrogen atom, is 9, while the degeneracy of the second excited state of helium negative ion is. So you need to calculate for the helium negative ion. So for the helium negative ion, we know it is a 2 electron system. ठीक है? तो ये कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन सिस्टम है? 2 electron system. So in the first excited ground state लिखते हैं पहले. So in ground state, the electronic configuration is 1s2. Similar for the first excited state, the electronic configuration like 1s1 and 2s1. Similarly, in the second excited state, it will be like 1s1 and 2p1. So in the second excited state, the electron is in the p orbital. So it has a 3 degenerated orbital, right? So it has a 3 degenerated orbital, that is px, py, and pz. So the correct answer is 3. Now, move to the next question. That is the difference in the oxidation state of the two type of sulfur atom in Na2S4O6. So let me draw the structure of Na2S4O6 is Na2S4 and O6. So we have a structure like NaO. This is S double bond O, S double bond O, S S. Again we have S double bond O, S double bond O, and this is ON. Right. So you need to calculate the oxidation state of the two atom in sulfur atom is what you need to calculate the difference in the oxidation number of the two types of sulfur atom in this. Right. So oxidation state of the sulfur. You need to calculate first the oxidation state of sulfur. So here the oxidation state of sulfur is 0, right? In this case, because they are attached to the same. And here the oxidation state of sulfur is 5. Here the oxidation state of sulfur is 5. How come 5? Here we have a plus 2, 4 and 1. That is 5. So there comes out to be 5. So what is the difference between them? That is 5 minus 0. That is difference comes out to be 5. ठीक है. सो आई होप सबको समझ आ गया होगा ये किस तरीके से आया. चलो, the last and the next question is the value of n in the molecular formula BeNAl2, right? So let me solve this question. So we have Ben and this is Al2 Si6 and this is O18, right? So in this we need to calculate the value of n here. So this is 2n plus 2 into 3, we all know 6 into 4, कार्बन की वैलेंसी 4, सिलिकॉन फैमिली वैलेंसी 4 होता है ना, माइनस 2 for oxygen into 18 is equal to 0. So on solving you'll get n is equal to 3. So this is the correct way. So इस तरीके से हमने सभी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए. This is the last question. So we try to cover all the important questions. So just एक बार रिवाइज करो फटाफट, इसको देखो कहाँ गलती कर रहे थे कहाँ नहीं, एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन अगेन एंड अगेन, राइट. सो थैंक यू ऑल, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, वहां हम लोग इसको आगे कंटिन्यू करेंगे.